Hi, Tyler Haney from Bachmann Trains here at the Amherst Railroad Society Railroad Hobby Show in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's our first big show of 2025, and we've got some brand new Bachmann models in all scales to show off here today. So over here in our new products section, we'll start at the top here with our 0-30 HO narrow gauge East Broad Top passenger set, the Rock Hill Limited. That'll be available later this year with the 260 steam locomotive and a East Broad Top combine and coach car. Bringing it down now to HO scale, some of our recent rolling stock additions. We've got an East Broad Top open excursion car, as well as one for the Roaring Camp Big Trees Railroad. We have a Texas and Pacific stock car, as well as the animated stock car for the Pennsylvania Railroad, featuring the cattle heads bobbing in and out of the car there. Very fun, action-packed car. We've got two new road names for our 50-foot express reefer. We have the Denver and Rio Grande Western and the Lehigh Valley, and a new high cube boxcar, the Northern Pacific. Bringing it down here, these are brand new models, all new tooling for freight cars here. This is the GATX 4180 air slide hopper in four road names: the Union Pacific, the GATX leaser scheme, Burlington Northern, and CSX. I'm going to pick this up here and show you all the intricate underbody detail here for the hopper outlets and the air brake system. Again, that's a brand new car we're very proud of. Got see-through walkways, separately applied hatches. These are shipping out now to the dealers. Over here we've got a couple more new paint schemes. We've got the center stake and bulkhead flat car, decorated for Tomco car. Our chemical tank car, we have two new road names here, Allied Chemical, Arcadian, and Hampshire Chemical. We have two road numbers for each of these chemical tank cars. We've also got a new track cleaning tank car, the Frisco diesel oil car. Bringing it down to these shelves down here, we've got another brand new HO scale freight car, the Trinity 5161 3-bay covered hopper with CSX, BNSF, Norfolk Southern, and Sioux Line as paint schemes for those. Both the Trinity and the air slide hopper up here, all of these road names are also available in two road numbers, and these will be shipping out to dealers very soon. Coming down here, a few new paint schemes. The CSX with the ease up symbol in our Bethlehem Steel 100-ton 3-bay hopper. Two road numbers for that one as well. Two new road names for our depressed center flat car for heavy duty loads, the Union Pacific and the Santa Fe. We also have a Erie 52-foot flat car here. And for our offset cupola caboose, Great Northern and Ann Arbor, two new road names there. Moving down here to passenger cars, we have, making its debut here at the Railroad Hobby Show in Springfield, our all-new 68-foot 1900s era passenger car, built from approximately 1890 up to 1910. This is based on a Boston and Maine prototype. This is the first engineering sample, and we'll have four road names for this one with two road numbers each: the Pennsylvania Railroad, New York Central and Hudson River, Southern Pacific, and the Strasburg Railroad. We have our long-awaited Via Rail Canada Siemens Venture cab car here. This has DCC and sound on board. These are going to be going into production very shortly and arriving in late spring or early summer. Down here we have two more new Siemens Venture cars. These are the Amtrak Midwest married pair cars, the business class and the coach class, with the optional semi-permanent coupler drawbar between them. We've got two new paint schemes for our smooth side passenger cars here. We've got the New York Central 20th Century Limited, the 1938 scheme with the blue pinstripes, and the 20th Century Limited drumhead on the end of the car here. And then we also have the Norfolk and Western Powhatan Aero scheme. We have just the observation cars on display here, but we'll also have coach cars and two road numbers, dining car, and the baggage car to complete the consist. Down here is one of our upcoming starter sets, the latest iteration of a popular McKinley Explorer set, the Alaska Railroad, with the GB40 and two Colorado Railcar Ultra Dome cars. Look out for that later this year. Then moving over here to Diesel locomotives in HO scale. We have down on the bottom there, we have a couple of new road names for the GP40, the Rio Grande and New York Central, which are sound value on board, and the BNSF and Union Pacific are DCC on board without sound. We've got the USRA 060 locomotive in the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus colors, featuring their new branding. And we have a new addition to our 440 American locomotives. That is the Central Pacific number 63 Leviathan, which had a traveling replica locomotive built back in 2009. Moving up to more diesel locomotives, we've got 3 new paint schemes for our Sound Value SD40-2, Conrail Quality, the Santa Fe Kodachrome scheme, and the Milwaukee Road American Bicentennial colors. And making its return to the line is the Sound Value GB38-2. 3 of the 4 road names here. We've got CSX, BNSF Heritage Free, and Union Pacific without dynamic brakes. Moving up here to complement the 20th Century Limited passenger cars, we have the New York Central Dreyfuss Hudson. This is the box spoke driver version, and this is actually in the 1940 scheme. So we've got 4 road numbers with 2 different paint schemes, 2 different driver styles. Over here we have the 1938 scheme with the skull and disc drivers. Look out for those coming up this spring. They have TCS wow sound on board. And here we have the return of the HO scale Baltimore and Ohio EM1 with Tsunami 2 on board. That'll be coming out later this year. Moving on into N scale. We're showing off for the first time here at the Springfield Railroad Hobby Show our brand new concrete tie N-scale Easy Track. We'll have 11.25 inch curves, 10 inch straights, and the manual turnouts available later this year. We've got some new N-scale rolling stock. We've got our Denver and Rio Grande bobber caboose. We've got 2 new steel reefers, the FGE solid cold, excuse me. We also have the Canadian National Beef car. Cool thing about this car, it has different paint on both sides of the car. We have the traditional Canadian National scheme, the silver with the blue door, and on the other side this special scheme with the cow showing all the cuts of beef. We have 2 new ACF outside brace box cars here with opening doors. We have the Detroit and Mackinac, the special Yes Michigan paint scheme. And we've got a new road number for Railbox. Moving over here, recently released are our brand new N-scale coil cars. We've got both the earlier angled hood and the more modern round hood style. Both of these have removable hoods with 6 removable steel coils inside. And we have a mix of classic paint schemes from the 1970s all the way up to the present day on these cars. For N-scale passenger cars, we have the Pennsylvania Railroad Fleet of Modernism cars to complement the streamlined K4 Pacific that we put out a few years ago. We have 3 road numbers for the smooth side coach and the observation car, the Metropolitan View, featuring the Pennsylvania Railroad's Fleet of Modernism scheme. And those are shipping out to dealers now. Diesel locomotives, we've got some new paint schemes for our GP40 locomotive with all-wheel drive, the Baltimore and Ohio, and the Canadian National with the Grand Trunk Western reporting marks and no dynamic brakes. We've got our DCC ready GP38-2s as well with some new paint schemes for that model, chassis system, Norfolk Southern, BNSF, and Milwaukee Road. And then moving up here, we've got our popular N-scale Charger locomotives in all of the various models. We've got the SC44, 2 new paint schemes, the Coaster and Altamont Corridor Express Ace, as well as the previously released Amtrak Midwest. We've got our ALC 42 locomotives, the Amtrak Day 1 50th Anniversary paint scheme, and the newer Phase 7. And we've got the upcoming Via Rail Canada SCV 42, all of those of course with TCS wow sound. We've got engineering samples here of our Siemens Venture passenger cars in N-scale for both Via and Amtrak Midwest. And we've got our completely retooled and redesigned SD40-2 with road-specific details and economy sound on board. Union Pacific, Santa Fe, CSX, and Norfolk Southern. Moving up to this shelf here, we've got a couple of N-scale products here. An HO-N30, HO scale that runs on N-scale track. We've got the Talyllyn Railway 042 Welsh locomotive with matching passenger cars, free road numbers for the passenger cars, and free paint schemes for the locomotive. Locomotives are in stock now, and the passenger cars will be coming very soon. And coming later in the year is the return of the 0130 Heisler locomotive, available with Tsunami 2 for the first time. And finally, for the fans of the classic Plasticville USA buildings, we've got 2 new buildings coming out in the HO scale later this year. We've got the Plasticville 5 and 10 in new red and cream colors. And this silver and green building here is our new coffee shop, a new spin on the classic hamburger stand. And now moving around the corner to Thomas & Friends, we've got a couple new items to show here. We've got the whole line out here, so can't go over everything in one video, but I'll point out some of the newer stuff that's coming out. We've got our new large-scale Thomas, Fanny, and Clarabelle set, available for the first time with DCC sound on board right out of the box. In N-scale, we have Emily's passenger set featuring Emily and her 2 coaches, plus Easy Track and Speed Controller. Emily and her coaches are also available in separate sale, shipping out to dealers now, and also available in N-scale for the first time, Gordon and Henrietta, here behind Toby. There's Henrietta, and Hannah, her sister, will be arriving soon as well. In HO narrow gauge, we have a painted sample of Sir Handel, who will be arriving this summer. Right behind him, we have some new paint schemes for our slate wagons. And then over here in HO scale, we've got a new accessory. Got the track cleaning bike fans here, previously released. Here is Sir Topham Hatt's car, a new accessory. We've got our latest rolling stock, the 12-ton vans in just a basic gray Christmas and the Sodor Funfair wagons. And we've got some new and upcoming locomotives. Rebecca and Bo are available now. And Stanley on the end here in silver, he'll be available later this year. Moving over to the large-scale section of our display here at the Railroad Hobby Show, here on the tables, we've got our new large-scale building kits, which we're showing here assembled. We have the covered bridge, which is designed to fit large-scale track. The ties fit right in between the ties on the bridge here. And we also have the station platform. So adding some buildings to your large-scale layout is now possible thanks to Bachmann. Moving around the corner here, we've got the latest in our 1/29 scale rolling stock. We've got the single dome tank car, which will be shipping in just a few weeks here. We've got the Christmas Punch, Quaker State, Texaco, and Shell. Metal handrails on these, as well as a opening hatch here on top of the dome. We've got our previously released Evans boxcars with and without the under train device. The Freebay Bethlehem steel hopper, and coming in 2026 will be the 2-bay offset hopper. This anthracite blue coal is a special car for the upcoming Northeast Large Scale Show, which will be held right here in Springfield. And then for our 1/29 scale diesel locomotive power, we've got our recently released GP40 locomotives. And we have the Dash 9 here, which we previously shipped in 2023. And our latest announcement is all new paint schemes for the Dash 9. Norfolk Southern, Union Pacific with the yellow sill, Southern Pacific, CSX, Canadian National, and BNSF. All will be available next year. That's all. That's all that's new and upcoming from Bachmann Trains here at the Railroad Hobby Show in Springfield, Massachusetts. It's always great to show off our new products with all American trains. Thanks for watching.